Moving on for now to the Gautam Adani versus Hindenburg row. The stock market contagion is spreading beyond India's borders now. The American short sellers' damning report on the Indian ports to power conglomerate is creating ripples in neighboring Bangladesh, the UK, and also investment portfolios of some of Wall Street's biggest names. Until last week, Gautam Adani's meteoric rise was closely aligned to India's own growth, as the former trader fueled his expansion with debt to meet the government's need to boost physical infrastructure in India, one of the fastest growing economies in the world. So much so that Adani was catapulted to the second position in the global rich list. But the tables have turned, and how? New York-based Hindenburg Research has crash-landed Adani's party. Questions about accounting standards in Adani's ever-expanding industrial empire have spooked both retail and institutional investors. Wall Street giants like BlackRock and Vanguard, along with Nippon, had invested in Adani, and stock market rout has dented their books as well, as more than $100 billion have been wiped off from Adani's market cap. The share slide, which continued on Friday, has wiped off almost half of Adani firm's valuation to date. And the international ramifications of this saga are beginning to play out. Let's tell you about the international fallout number one. Joe Johnson, a conservative British peer in the House of Lords, has resigned as a director of a London-based firm linked to Adani. Joe is also the brother of former British Prime Minister Boris Johnson. He is also a former Delhi correspondent for the British-pink daily Financial Times. He used to sit on the board of London-based investment banker Elara Capital. Elara was founded in the year 2002. Its primary responsibility involved raising funds for Indian corporates. The Hindenburg report says Elara Capital used Mauritius-based shell companies to manipulate the share prices of Adani's firms. Let's now tell you that as for Joe Johnson, he says that he joined Elara Capital last June in the hope of making a contribution to UK-India trade and investment ties. I'm quoting from the statement. I consistently received assurances from Elara Capital that it is compliant with its legal obligations and in good standing with regulatory bodies. At the same time, I now recognize that this is a role that requires greater domain expertise in specialized areas of financial regulation than I anticipated, and accordingly, I have resigned from the board. He said that in an email statement. And this brings us to international fallout number two. Bangladesh has asked for a revision of a power purchase agreement it signed with Adani Power in 2017. The agreement mandates the selling of electricity from an Adani Power-linked coal-fired plant in Jharkhand to Dhaka. But now the Bangladesh Power Development Board says that the Adani Power's price is too expensive. The Adani company's chairman met the Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina in Delhi last year to discuss the deal. Meanwhile, the Indian government has distanced itself from the damaging implications of the Hindenburg report. The Indian Foreign Ministry was asked about the deal between Bangladesh and Adani Power on Thursday.
I understand you're referring to a deal between the sovereign government and an Indian company. I am not aware of the deal. I don't even think we are involved in this.
And the charges of corporate fraud against the Indian billionaire resonated in the Indian Parliament for the second straight day. The opposition party's demand for a formal discussion on the matter has once again been rejected by the House Speaker. But the opposition was not having any of it as it pressed with its demand. Ultimately, the Parliament had to be adjourned.
The government has nothing to do with it. There's completely no connection.
But the financial contingency fears arising from Indian public entities' exposure to Adani firms are just growing bigger now. India's biggest public lender, State Bank of India, has said that further financing requests from Adani firms will be evaluated on merit. Dinesh Khara, the chairman, State Bank of India, saying as far as going forward, each project will be evaluated on its own merit. And also, it is a discussion which is vested with the credit committees. So everybody will be very mindful about what the situations are, and accordingly, decisions are taken. Nobody knows if Adani's empire would survive the ongoing saga. But one thing is for sure, Asia's former richest businessman is just a shadow of his former self. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.